Why hello Chantins, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video I'm going to be turning a shell that I found into an Ursula's necklace. So pretty much what I'm doing is showing you how to go from take one of these shells going from being this dirty to looking like this. Being to get Ursula's necklace. So what are we waiting for? Let's get right into the video. So first I already cut out my mat that I'm going to be painting on. But first what you're going to want to do is take your nasty shell, put it into a little cup, and just pour bleach in it, because if you're to try to clean it and it's a delicate, and because it's so delicate, you're going to want to clean it very gently. Just fill that up to where the shell will reach it. And put that aside and just leave it for there about a day or so. So it's been 5 days since I placed the shell in the bleach, and I already took it out and everything. It's all clean and on the inside. It's not going to be perfectly bleached white like the other one was, but it's definitely been 5 days. I did wash it off every so often, and like I rubbed against it like once a day. That way I got all of the gunk off and all of that. And then I left it in water for a day, and then I left it outside well, not for a full day, for like half of a day, and then I placed it outside until just now. So today, the half of the day was today, and then today was also the day that I let it dry out for a little bit. And plus with the heat in Florida, it's gonna dry out pretty fast. So it only took 5 days. Well, 5.5 days, I guess you can say. So, and you do want to rub up against it to get all the gunk off, like 2 days after you place the shell in the bleach, obviously, like I was saying. And yeah, so I do have one that's already pre-whitened and bleached and everything, and you can see on the inside it's very clean. Just ignore the cars going by, and as you can tell, like if you look closely, you can see like little bubbles coming from the old one. So I'm gonna go ahead and start painting, and as you can tell, I started like already mixing colors earlier to see what would go good. So I figured out it's just the regular gold that's gonna be best. So I tried adding white to it, but it didn't want to like read through. Hi, Buttercup. So I'm going to go ahead and start painting the inside, and I will be back. So the inside, it has its first layer. I'm going to go ahead and start painting the outside, but using tweezers. That way I won't have to get paint on my fingers. Now I do know that it's going to take multiple coats and everything, so I'm just going to go and do the top side, and then I'll come back and do the bottom side after that's dried. That way it'll have the same amount of coats each time. Now I am going in like around where the actual shell twists, like curls. That way I could follow it and get in between like the crevices and everything. That way it's easier to paint. And that way I cover the whole thing with the paint, with the gold paint. So I'm gonna go ahead and let that dry and I will be back. So now that the whole shell has its first coat, I'm gonna go ahead and do the second coat, and I am going to paint the inside first like I did the first time. Now I will be taking a couple more than just 2 coats because it is, since it is a shell, there's still the pattern in it even once it's bleached, as you saw originally. So it's going to take probably like 2 more coats at most, I mean at least. By the looks of it. Because if you look closely, I don't know, you can't really see it, but the inside from just painting it the second time around, it already looks like it's really coated, but it still needs at least another coat. And now I'm gonna do one of the top coats, one of the outer coats. So yeah, this one, the outside's gonna need at least another coat too. And then I also have another gold that I'm gonna be doing, but you'll see that after all of the coatings are on and everything. That way it's just even and everything. This will be a process for multiple days. It'll take multiple days for it to actually do anything. Like if you start from the beginning and bleaching the shell, it's gonna take at least like 3 days. Like you could wash it, but you have to be gentle with it. You can't really scrub it. You have to use your fingers, but very delicately. I always like making my props and everything. Like let's say I was to go to as Ursula, because she was based off of Dry Queen. Like her face and everything was based off of a Dry Queen. So as you can see, that it looks coated, like super coated, but I'm just to be on the safe side because the inside needs it. The outside's gonna need another coat too, another. So I'm just gonna let that dry, and I shall be back. So now that side's dry, I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side, but it's gonna be off camera I'm gonna go ahead and do the last coat off camera as well, just so that it'll speed up time and it'll be done, and then I get to add the other paint onto it after. So the last coat was applied. You could definitely see that it's gold now. Um, so let me check to see if the other paint was dry yet. Yep, it's dry. Okay. Because I'm using the same cup to pretty much apply the next coat. And the shell that's in the bleach is definitely looking pretty good. Yeah, I got the right ones. I don't know why it says champagne. Gold. Well, I guess it's because there's other reflex other than gold, but I'm adding a coat or two, probably 2 coats of glitter paint. See, you can't really see the reflex, but I'm also applying it in the middle, like on the inside where I put the other gold, just so that like if you were to look in it, it would reflect. So it's up to you how many coats that you really want to use, like if you are using the glitter. Like you can't really tell that it has glitter on it. But I'm gonna do 1 coat and then finish it off, the other coat off camera. So I'm going to go ahead and continue to use the tweezers and apply 1 coat on one side. Actually, I like the glitter on the inside because then it'll sparkle if the light hits it. But other than that, I don't really like it on the outside. So I'm just gonna go ahead, take a paper towel, and wipe that off, and then I'll get on to the next step. So I'm back. It's the next day, and I went ahead and took a piece of paper clip and just wrapped it around a round pencil in order to create the loop that goes onto the shell. And so because it is silver, it will clash with the gold on the shell. So I'm going to go ahead and use that same gold paint that I used to paint the shell and just paint the loop. So I'm gonna let that side dry. I already painted the whole side, but then I'm gonna paint the other side, and then I'm gonna go ahead and hot glue it to the shell. But I will show you me hot gluing it to the shell. I'm just gonna go and paint the other side off camera, and be right back once everything's dry. So now that the loop is painted gold, as you can see, I'm gonna go ahead and I already have the hot glue gun already plugged in, so and it should be heated up by now. So I'm gonna go ahead and test to see if it's hot enough. Yes, it is, which is a good thing because now all I have to do is take the shell and how do I want it to be positioned? Do I want it positioned like this? Be right back. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have it like this and just put the hot glue in the center. Just a little drop and quickly put that loop onto the, and there we go. Well, you could always peel that off and redo it. So that's what I'm going to do. Just a little drop of hot glue. Let it set. I'll let it dry. And then another way to keep it from dropping is you could always put another drop of hot glue over top of that. And then just maybe flatten it out a bit with your paintbrush. And you can always take a razor edge to secure it in better or to cut the loose ends. Like obviously it's not secure yet, so what you can also do is go up to the sides and put more hot glue, like a little tiny drop of hot glue onto the side. And once this is all done, you're going to want to paint over the hot glue just to let everything blend in. And also you will want to take a razor edge and cut away the hot glue from the excess, like any excess hot glue, just to make it look seamless. So now you're going to want to let the hot glue just harden up a bit before you want to paint over it. But I'm going to paint over it off camera and I will show you the finished result. So here's the finished look. I went ahead and painted the hot glue gold. I mean, from a distance, you're not going to really be able to tell that it's hot glued on. But I went ahead and you just want to go ahead and take, because Ursula's necklace, like the actual chain was black, so you're going to want a black like cord or something and just loop it through the loop. And there you go, you got Ursula's necklace. So I hope you guys liked this video. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up in the section down below. Don't forget to leave a comment of other videos you want me to do. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Bye guys.